insane.
Oh,
One of the most insane experiences for sure.
Let me just see. Okay. And you're okay? Your
I am
angles?
so happy with this right now. This makes me so happy. Look at all this candy we have.
Enjoy it.
Guys, candy, cookies, drinks. Like we're good.
We're good. We're
And we
just
have a quiet
chilling.
little spot. It's insane out there.
Oh, yeah?
It's crazy out there. Like there's just so many people. Everybody's doing everything, and everybody's like
All
it's
over the
wild,
place.
wild
Yeah.
thing.
I literally have to live on the map that they provided just to double check exactly where I'm at, because you can get all these notifications. I'm like, okay, where am I supposed to be again? Okay, West Side section. So I was here yesterday, but I'm still lost today. It's like, oh.
I completely understand. Same thing happens to me and McKay, guys. This is too much.
Oh.
I need to go hide. We got a nice little hiding spot here.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Sarah.
Your 4 o'clock, your room 4, he knows that you're finishing up
Thank
here.
you so
and then
much.
you're-
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So thank you so much, Marissa, for meeting me.
Of
Honestly,
course.
I appreciate it.
No, I'm like, listen, I only took 2 of these. I took yours first, okay? I was really excited to be yours, so we're doing this.
Thank
I just love
you.
what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Thank
think it's
you.
great.
Yeah, I'm literally, so I will officially just start, here. I'm with Marissa Roberto. Is it Roberto?
Roberto. No,
Roberto.
it's
Okay, I
My
got
name
it
is
right
Marissa.
now.
Yeah. A lot of that.
I got it right, Roberto, from TSN, who is also a digital media esports reporter. You are very, very well known, very much appreciated. You have a real good personality. You're so authentic in everything that you report and show. And I was like, oh my God, did she agree to meet with me? Oh,
Of
okay.
course. No, literally, you sent a request in. I saw what you're up to. I'm like, no, this girl is legit. I need to hear it. Like, just because what you're doing is also very difficult to do, right? You're trying to, you're also trying to create a community.
True. Yeah.
That actually need community. Like,
Yeah.
this needs to happen. It's
Yes,
not
we do.
something that's around.
No.
So, no, this is really important.
Thank you. So, like I said, my reason we want to meet with you is because, first of all, you're a powerful woman in sports, in digital esports, in journalism,
Sometimes.
on social media, right?
Sometimes, yeah.
Who is, in a field that often people associate with other type of people, and making your, I know.
A lot of men.
And making your mark in there. And for me, because I have a lot of sports parents, some of them with girls, one wants to get into journalism, one loves sports, and the combination between that. And often when we think of athletes, we think of just, playing and go around them. Like, no, there's more around them. And so that was what I said, really attracted to me. I want to make sure that you get to share your story,
Happy to.
get them to be inspired as well. I mean, everybody's path is different, but there is a way, and there is a way to enjoy similar to how you're enjoying. So
There's
I already
always a
said
way.
your name, but
There's always a way.
I
yes.
would love you to introduce yourself.
Sure, yeah.
Marissa Roberto.
Roberto, Marissa, Roberto. My name is Marissa. I have been in the gaming space actually for about 10 years now. We don't need to discuss my age or anything, but been around for a while. Covering video games, but I got into it because my parents were actually really strict growing up. I came from a very strict Italian home where, I'm the oldest girl, and they want to keep you home, they want to keep you safe. I totally understand that, and they kept me home and safe with video games. So, where I didn't complain too much. Like, they gave me a new console, they got me a new game, there wasn't a lot of complaining going on.
No.
So that was always my life. I just always found solace in video games. So when I moved to Toronto, I wanted to make it, I wanted to do something in this space. I kind of found my way there through sports and video games. I knew that I loved these two spaces, and I was trying to make a home for myself in these spaces, but I'm not good enough to be a professional gamer. I'm not good enough to be a professional athlete. I actually am trash at it, to be honest. But talking about them was a lot of fun for me. So I went to journalism school. I learned how to be present on camera. I learned how to edit. I learned how to write. I learned how to just conduct myself in a way that was professional, and then also realizing that you need to be and bring your authentic self to these spaces, because everybody wants a job in this space. Not everybody, but I should say that that's really up my high horse about it. People want jobs in this space, and there's not enough of them to go around. So how can you provide something unique? And the only thing that everybody can provide that's unique is literally themselves, right? So whoever you are as a person, the things that you love, bring all of that to the table, and that's how you will carve out a space for yourself here. If it's going to school is great because you get the training behind it, and you understand how to learning how to edit is such a valuable tool because you're not relying on anybody else. You can make your own. I was making my own videos on YouTube, and then I got a call to audition for Daily and Reviews in the Run, which is this game show that I love so much on TV. I couldn't believe that they called me for an audition, but it was because I would go to these gaming events. I went to Fan Expo when I was here. I had my boyfriend at the time, he's now my husband, but my boyfriend at the time, take a camera. I rented a camera from school. I said that I was with TLN because I was interning at TLN at the time, Latino. Yeah. I was interning there, and I said,
25, no, 35.
That's right. You know, back when they had spicy shows on that.
Yeah.
That show. Little show called Latin Lovers. Anyway,
yes.
I was interning at that time there. So what I did was I said that I was part of the media, and I was going to cover for Latino. Totally wasn't. I was just covering for myself on my YouTube channel, but I had to sneak my way in to get a media pass. Whatever works. Get in there. Had my boyfriend behind the camera, and I would go and I interviewed every single person that I was too scared to interview. So I was terrified to do it, but I went up to them. I interviewed Victor Lucas.
Wow.
I interviewed all the people that were on the show that I really wanted to be on, and because he had met me and he remembered me, he asked me to audition for the show when there was an opening.
Because you were yourself when you were with him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just trying to be authentic, and that was the first kind of like leg in, and then since then it's been just doing those shows, kind of interviewing a lot of developers, getting to know the scene, and then getting into esports from there. So when the show went off the air, I got into esports, just stage hosting, and learning that it was an entirely different scene that I had just assumed I would understand, but it was a completely different environment, different games, different fans, different bubbles, and then from there I launched an esports show on Super Channel, and that's where TSN found me. They decided to bring me in for an audition. I'm like, oh, is this for esports? And they called me. My boss now was just like, no, it's not for esports, it's for sports. Like, okay. All right, bye.
You're like, but I don't play.
Yeah, I
right?
know. Yeah, so I just auditioned for the show. And the reason they reached out to me is because they liked how I was on camera. They liked how authentic I presented.
Yeah.
And that's what they wanted for the show. But they had auditioned a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
They just couldn't find what they were looking for. Like that's something that was different. And I think that's what made it work. So
It's true. And you know,
again,
I do see your personality in it when you're talking, when you're recording, and that's all. You're saying what we're all thinking as well too.
Thank you. Thank you. And then my producer will be really happy
I
for
like
you to say
that.
Yeah.
Well,
he
you know,
always
if they play bad, you're always going to say bad. When they're good, you say good. When there's a question, and sometimes I think you'll talk about some of the audiences and the fans in there. You pinpoint.
Oh my God!
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We like that. We like shouting out the fans for sure.
Yeah, I know. I know it's good thing because if I'm on a game, like she's gonna call me out if I come on camera.
I will.
Yeah,
I will for sure.
and that's okay because it's authentic. And that's
Hey, they do it to me. They do it to me all the time. Fair is fair.
I agree. Totally agree. So with now that you're in, you know, the TSN world of it, with the more visual, more faces present, you're not just on YouTube anymore. I know social media is there. How has that transition been for you?
It's been.
Because it's not just you doing your own edit alone anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
It's actually been. I always say to my producer that you guys make me a little bit lazy, if I'm honest. Like I feel because they take such good care of me. My producer is so talented. He always makes me feel safe, and that's what I really want. And a producer is somebody that always has your back. And he always has my back. I have the best graphics team, the best editors, and people that I've met along the way. So my editor for the show, he and I work together at the esports show. So like it's always about building connections as well. So you meet somebody that's amazing in a space, you want to continue to work with them, right? So you do what you can to make sure that happens, and that's definitely what happened with Matt. He's just like, he's incredible. He also produces our gaming stuff for Guard Element as well for TSN. It's literally about the team. Like if I didn't have this team, the show would not be what it is at all. I'm literally I'm just a mouthpiece for it. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes. Like the writers.
You deliver it so authentically, and that's why I think a lot of people resonate with you. Because you wait for it in between segments. Like, okay, what's she going to say now?
What you got now?
What's she going to say? Because sometimes I'm watching a game, I'm like, oh, you know how there's like, oh, that might be a highlight. Oh, which highlight's like going to make it on? Okay.
Definitely that for the show. For sure.
And you do know how to catch the right one to get it out too.
So
good for you.
It's like an easy transition because I have a good team.
Yeah.
That was my TLDR.
Yeah.
I
love that. So part of it I also do is, like I was saying, a lot of parents always thinking, video games makes you lazy, you're not doing anything. In addition, after being here for 2 days for Collision and talking about technology, esports is an underrated sector that a lot of people do not give respect to. So speak to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, esports is interesting because it has a huge audience in different niches. So if you're really into Dota, if you're into League of Legends, CSGO, huge. But there are also these other pockets of gaming. Like the FGC is so grassroots, so unique. Just different. I always talk about my esports bubbles, and because they exist within their own bubbles, they don't intersect with each other.
Okay.
So when we launched the esports show, we tried to make it like a Sportscenter for esports. It didn't work because sports fans tend to watch. There's four basic sports that everybody kind of has a basic understanding of and can watch and get into, especially when there's highlights. For esports, it's not like that. Esports is like you play shooter games, you like shooter games. That's all you want to watch.
Yeah.
If you play CS:GO, why would you care about what they're doing in Dota? You want to
There's no intertwine, intermeshing,
nothing like that. So when people try to launch, I try to warn people because they do in different shows trying to launch with esports, and it doesn't work this way. So that's my biggest thing I think about the space, but it's incredible that there's so much money to be made in the esports space. You just have to kind of find the right people, the right niches, the right opportunity. But if you want to get into broadcasting, I say esports is a great way to do it, especially if you already love a game. Get into a really niche game and find your way in that way, because there's always new games dropping all the time. Like Apex Legends dropped literally clear out of the sky, and that scene took off, and now all these casters, like all these broadcasters, got to come in
catch up.
and they got to just make a name for themselves in these spaces that were brand new. You can do that in esports. It's really interesting. You can do less of that in sports. There's not as many like the niche ones that pop up.
Yeah.
But esports you can, especially the mobile gaming market. There's a lot of money there.
Mobile game, I like that. Okay. And then, so what about for kids who says, I like the editing aspect of it, but I don't want to show my face.
Oh my gosh, there's so much opportunity.
Because gamers often love to be behind the scenes, and they do that communication with your friends, and they build a little community, they have their whole little gang and their little crew, or whatever, all the different terms everybody calls it, right?
Huge. Editing this space, like if you have that skill set, editing graphics are so valuable. You can charge a lot of money to do what you do and work for a little niche streamer. Some streamers are trying to build up their audience. You can make graphics for them. You can edit for them. You can take you so they can employ you to literally clip from their stream and put together a highlight reel for them. These streamers
Repeat that for my 7, 10-year-old, 12-year-olds.
Yeah, so if
love editing, but they do it for fun.
you can take the skill, it's a very unique skill set. You can take the skill and apply to make good money from it, especially if there's a streamer that you're watching that maybe doesn't have a big audience and they want to create a highlight reel. You can offer your services to them, clip them while they're playing, put together a little highlight reel. If you can do graphics, even better. You can make good money from this. There's so many different content creators that need help with that have already created an audience and don't have it, and you have that skill set to provide. It's incredible.
I love it. Now, from a female perspective in this realm, which is so beautiful, and I love it because it's Canadian too. Canadian content. No, you're doing good. You're not trying. No, you're what they call it. I just learned the new word. Big slave.
Okay. You know what? I'll take it. It's not even like a little slave, but sure, I'll take it.
It's a big slave in that realm of it. Often, a lot of women get looked on like, okay, you could be behind the scenes type of thing, but you being in front is empowerment, right? And it's good. I'm hoping we get to a point where it's not like the first person is the first. We stop using the first, it becomes the norm of it. What would you say to the girls, who says, I love it too, but I'm just not sure if I can get in a boys' world and all that mentality?
I feel like that's how I kind of got into it when I was watching G4 and I saw Olivia Munn and Morgan Webb and all these girls talking about video games, something that I really loved, and I realized like, oh, I can make money doing that. And I guess a little bit was jealousy, like, whoa, I want to do this. I want to get in there. So that was kind of a caveat for me to get in for sure. But I do speak to the negatives that come from this space as well, just being a woman. Always remember that the door will open faster for you because you're a woman and they need more women here. But be prepared to back up all of them. The door will open faster, but it will hit you so hard on the way out. I will tell you that for free. You need to, whatever you're doing this week, whatever a guy knows, you need to know twice as much. That's just the way it works, because you'll always run into people that will quiz you, like just people that want to test you for like what you're doing in the space.
Test ability, just to make sure, second guessing.
One of my first gaming events, I was hosting for EB Daily. This guy came up to me when gamer sports was still a thing. He's He's like, oh, you're a gamer? What's your gamer score? Like, how about shut up? How about
Yeah.
your business? How it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of that, too. You have to also, like, I find myself always wanting to please people and be a yes woman, I guess, in a sense, where I'm just like, oh, like, I don't want to step people's toes. Now, after a while, I just realized people will take whatever they can from you, right? So you need to try to decide what that person is offering. If they're trying to take something from you, especially if it's a man, they can be a little awful because they get jealous that you're doing something that they want to do, and they feel like you only got it because you're a woman. And that's fair on their part to think that, but it's not fair on them to put that negative on you because you worked
because of their insecurity. Yeah,
totally
because your
my
skill and
insecurities.
talent is there, not as well too.
A lot of insecurity here.
Now, tap in with the education side and move back quickly. You did say you worked hard during your journalism school to really get it and ensure that your writing skills and everything is there. What other skills did you learn by going through the education path that has led you to your career?
A lot of it was relationship building. So like that's really important. Some of my best friends in my life I have now through school, through learning, through projects together, always be willing to be a team player. That was something that was really important. Just appreciating what you have, but not being taken advantage of. Like know your skill set.
I love that.
Yeah, I run into a lot of people that kind of get opportunities but don't realize the kinds of opportunities that they're being given and don't appreciate them. And as much as yes, you're doing a job, also appreciate when somebody gives you an opportunity, run with it. Like be so grateful to be there and just take it all in. Like take it all in as best you can. And if you're working in media, like you can't like fanboy. If you want to get into it because you're a fan of something, you can't like run up to a celebrity and just try to take a photo with them. Like that's not how it works. You have to be as professional as possible.
Yeah.
But like I try to keep vibes cool, but like be professional. You gotta be professional.
Yeah, there's a line.
Always a line.
Just know that line. It's invisible, but you just have to make sure that it's there. It's not. Yeah. Exactly.
They'll remember when you're not. They'll always remember when you're not.
And they could come the other way too. You gotta guard yourself as well too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
gosh, this
love
is
that.
fun.
Oh my god.
Thanks so much for this. This is really cool.
Just last one, fun. What is your current favorite song, movie, or book?
Right now I'm reading The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It's a little spicy. It's a little spicy, it's pretty good. I really like that one. I don't know. I'm gonna go see Top Gun tonight with my husband, so I feel like that might like get me jacked up because I have a little flight stick from Microsoft Simulator, so I'm gonna like get home and just whenever a movie like gets me pumped and like I get home and I just want to like do something about it.
Nice.
That's gonna be it. So that's good. Yeah, that's my books. That's my and then the song. I don't know, whatever TikTok song earworms me. It's a problem. TikTok's a problem. So whatever TikTok song is popular at the time, it'll be that. Like the whole Scary Styles album, the new one slaps. So good. Yeah.
Thank you so
gosh,
much.
thank you.
For taking your time.
No,
I know
this
it's
is
busy.
great. I know.
Coming from Montreal to here and everything.
Oh yeah,
I totally appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.